Good morning, YouTube. I'm Yasmin. I'm host for Talk and Talk. That is a platform where we practice languages by fully conversation in the language that we are practicing for. Uh, Here we can practice English, Spanish, and French. And in the future, we'll have more languages to practice. And today we will practice the English talking about the power of words. So it's a respectful and safe place to make mistakes and to learning. So yeah, starting with our first question with Iago. Can you remember a moment when someone's words deeply changed the way you saw yourself or a situation?
Uh, One word deeply. I don't remember, but this is a good question. I don't remember about the moment when someone. I don't remember, sorry.
Yeah, no problem. Luis, can you remember some moment like that?
Yes, I remember when I was in high school. Well, the first year that I knew my wife, I was a bad student. Not a bad student, but I was more interested in different things, but not studying. And my wife was from the same classroom. No, we were from the same class, and she told me the importance of to not fail in the tests. And I remember something she told to me like uh, the responsibility about life and this kind of things because we had that time 16 years old and soon we were going to the college, and that was a pretty cool and it just changed my way of life a lot with younger age, so I was remember these kind of things.
Yeah, something kind of opposite occurred with me. I remember I deeply studied in my high school. In a sick way. And I remember when I got in the third year, some people said, okay, you already passed these 2 years. So, and we also did a technical course. So we needed to do some conclude work to conclude the cures. So the people said, okay, you already passed these 2 years. Keep calm and take it easy because yeah, I remember I studied a lot. And I remember people say to me that it's okay to not be good in every subject, and this changed a lot to me because yeah, I could enjoy more the third year than I enjoying the second and first year. Yeah, was a hard thing. So, Yago, what do you think? Words can hurt as much as, or sometimes more than actions.
Yes, I believe this. Sometimes, uh, sometimes words can hurt more than action. In specific, word about your. I don't explain. I don't know how to explain, but word about your desvantagens that you know that yourself know. Uh, for example, ah, your your hair is ugly, or I don't know how to explain, but yes, I agree.
Yeah, I got it. Sometimes people say about things that we don't like in ourselves, and I think this hurt a lot because sometimes when we don't like something in ourselves, we try to hide this, and then if someone said something related to that, we feel like, oh, you noticed that, and yeah, it's hard
Yeah.
to react to that. And for you, Luis, what's your opinion?
Yes, uh, I think that the reason is when someone tell something kind of words to us involves, well, something like expectations and surprises kind of things, because you are not prepared for something when someone need to when someone tell to you words that hurt you, so you're not prepared. And involves like how we feel, how we understand about the words, so it's because it's like hurting the soul. And it's like it's not a physical pain, but a pain in the soul, something like that. Because yes, hurts so much because sometimes you're not prepared, you are not expecting, and sometimes you not deserve as well, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's something that hurt a lot. And I think with physical action, sometimes it's possible to avoid how we react to that, but with words, this can hurt a lot. Because I don't know, sometimes with actions, to the person do that is like the person uh, can do without thinking, but if the person is saying something, is like the person told about and said about. So yeah, it's hard. So the question three is: do you believe we are responsible for how others interpret our words?
Not not in a fully way, but you need to be clear. You can't make using like double meanings, and we need to be clear, and honest, because sometimes you need to tell something for someone with a lot of layers. This can't have a good end, but I think you need a little bit, yes, but sometimes you can't control this, for because everyone have different backgrounds. And sometimes you need to deal with this, and try to fix after. But you need to have a little bit responsibility as well, but not in a fully way.
Yeah, it's true. And it's important to sometimes, mainly for difficult things to talk about, it's important to think a lot before how we will share the message that we are trying to pass. Because, yeah, I think when we say something, there is the two sides, the sides that the meaning that we try to pass and the size of the meaning that the other um, listen and interpret it. So yeah, it's hard. Iago, and for you.
So I totally agree with Luis. I don't believe that you are responsible uh, for interpret about your words, but you need to be clear, and because when you are clear, you diminish the chances that the other people interpret wrong your words. Uh, this question is more about, I believe that is more about a good communication. So with me happens a case that the other people understand me wrong, but uh, graças a Deus, the meeting was recorded. But this is about communication. I believe that other people will interpret wrong you, but it's okay. You need to be clear, like Luis said.
Yeah, and because of that, I like the recorded meetings, and also I'd prefer to, when I know the meeting will not be recorded, sometimes I prefer to align in a message in something like we have some record because yeah, it's a way
Yeah,
to keep it safe.
yeah.
So, Luis, and for you. I think you already answered that. Yeah, you begin. So the number four.
Or
Luis, how can the same words sound encouraging to one person and offensive to another?
Yes, this is very interesting because, for instance, different backgrounds, again, and you don't know how the other another people will understand the same message, and this is very interesting because I remember when my dad once tell something to me, my sister, and for me was a totally a disaster, and for my sister was very okay, And it's this, me and my sister, we are only 4 years difference age, and for her was very okay, but for me was not. And but I don't know how to explain why this happened. But I think there's different backgrounds. It's nothing about understandings kind of things.
Yeah, it's true. Different people interpret in different ways. So yeah, sometimes it's really hard to pass the same message for everyone because of the different backgrounds, like you say. Yeah, it's hard. Iago, and for you.
yeah, and I have another point. Uh, this is very uh, sensitive. This theme is very sensitive because is is common. I I have some example. You said one word, but one person uh, understand, and another person understand like a offensive words or your its word is for me, but you 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 sorry guys, você deu exemplos, apenas exemplos. You give examples, simple examples, but sometimes the people, one person understand wrong, and I don't know how to resolve this thing. I believe that you need to be clear and you need to have emotional intelligence for to respond these, these questions.
Yeah, it's hard. And emotional intelligence also helps us to react to what we are listening, because sometimes someone could say the really bad thing to us, but we are in an environment that can't react the same. So it's hard. It's
Yeah,
a
yeah, but
hard development.
Yeah, yeah, and I believe sometimes uh, uh, a specific person is in one day in a bad day, have a bad day or in a bad situation. So, but this person don't how to resolve these questions, these emotional questions. I believe that this problem is more about emotions. Is more about emotions. So that's it.
Yeah, a really deep thing. So, let me see. The number 5. In your opinion, Iago, are there words that should never be said, even in anger?
Yeah, yeah, I totally agree. In a situation when you are in anger, in a anger situation, you need to be simple with your words, and you need don't you must need don't say some words, because for me, not communicate very well. And when her anger pass, you need to explain. Oh, I don't would say, I don't like said this word with you. Eu não gosto. Enfim, that's it.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. And to explain ourselves after that, I think it's the worst thing. Because looks like we aren't controlled people, and that we can express ourselves in a good way. So yeah,
Yeah,
for me also there are words that cannot be seen. And in these moments, I prefer because of that to keep quiet, because if I say something, maybe I
yeah,
regret after. And to
yeah,
explain after is the worst thing.
yeah,
Luis.
Well, guys, I personally I don't like to talk when I am angry because not good can be said when you're angry, you know. And when I realize that I am in a state of anger, I try to be the mostly quiet, but I think no word can be told when you are angry.
And sometimes isn't about the word, but is the way we say the word. Because sometimes we are angry with something and we try to say something about. And it's the same thing that we would say if we were calm, but we say in a critical way. Sounds like we are trying to attack the person. So yeah, it's really hard to express ourselves in the situations.
Yes, as when I realize that someone is angry, I try to avoid to talk. I try to avoid to make contact. You know, so another person needs to have has his time, their time. You know, and is this.
Yeah, it's necessary to do that. So, the number 6, Iago, how does the language we use to talk to ourselves affect our confidence and decisions? I think your microphone is off.
I don't know. I really don't know, but I try to use language with confidence. I try to remember active uh, about my goals, about my achievements. I don't how to to speak uh, this word like active. And that's it. But it's a good question.
And for you, Luis?
Well, have the language has a strong impact of our decisions because, for instance, well, I work in a browsing company, and I can, in the work of data is a struggle because the limitations of the language, you can't express yourself very clear sometimes, and you need to make a lot of double checks with your team, and you lost your confidence to take decisions because you have the wall of the language, so it's a struggle for me. It's a everyday struggle to communicate with confidence and took decisions. But the company know my English skills, so they have a lot of patience with me. So yes, it's very different, but it's okay. Is this?
Yeah, it's a really hard thing. And yeah, sometimes we don't feel confident even in our mother language, imagining another one. So yeah, it's a hard situation. So let me see the next. Oh, the next is really cool. So, Luis, have you ever said something without thinking that had a bigger impact that you expected?
Well, a lot of times, and it's a problem. It's a problem that you need to deal after. For this reason, we need to think twice before, not every time, but a mailing in a professional environment, you need to think twice sometimes because if you if you if you tell something without thinking, can the things can become a snowball, So I think it depends it depends of the environment. You need to think twice to tell something.
Yeah, it's really hard. And like we said before, what we say also have the expect how the other will react to that. So yeah, it's a hard thing. So Iago, and for you.
For me, guys, uh, this is a big problem, uh, a big problem, and I don't know how to control this situation. But how we said, I try in a anger moment, in a anger event, I try to use simple words, or I try to be quiet, but said something without thinking is a big problem for me. And I don't remember a moment when I said without thinking. but this is a big problem, and I have a big uh, fear about this subject.
Yeah, sometimes it's better to not say nothing to not regret, and if we will say to think a lot before that. Yeah, this is pretty hard. So the number 8. Iago, do you think social media has increased or reduced the power of words?
Do you think yes or no? I believe that uh, social media has increased uh, um, power of words, because before, when you said a wrong word, or when you express wrong in a discussion, in an anger moment, this event was like a private. And currently in social media, uh, when you record your face and put your in he in your, it's not your, but in your Instagram, it's Instagram, uh, your uh, its video will be watched for many people, and many people will be interpreted your word in many forms, in many interpretations. But that's it. I believe that social media has increased the power of words.
Yeah, and increased the power and also the visibility of the things too. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And for you, Luis.
Yes, in one hand, you have this increase of the impact of the words, because you have this fast communication with everyone by text, like Instagram, Twitter, and this kind of things. But on one hand, you have a decrease on the quality of the text, that text. For instance, the way of my mother write is much better than my kind of writing. And if you think the beginning of the internet, in the end of the 90s, in the beginning of the 20s, everyone had a blog, so you need to fill up the blog with big text, so a lot of redação, and it was very different. Nowadays, you have only few words to tell, So I think on one hand, yes, have a lot of impact, but on one hand, you don't have the same quality of the writing.
Yeah, this is true. And I remember that too. So, let me see here. The number 9. Luis, how can choosing the right words help resolve conflicts or misunderstandings?
It's an art to make this, but you need to usually you need to use emotional intelligence as well, and because a wrong word in a bad situation, you can create a catastrophe, So yes, it's an art, and it can help a lot, but it's like a gift, you know. Find these words in the right moment.
Yeah, it's really hard and is an art of the person that could do that. And have you ever meet some person that could do that in a good way?
No, just the opposite. Just the opposite all the time. Mainly
Makes
in my work environment. All the times, bad words, bad decisions, bad situations. Everything was a worst situation.
Yeah, I can imagine. Thank you. Iago, and for you.
This is another situation uh, that is a big problem for me because the 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 catastrophe, the bomb has planted, and and the explosion has happened. Uh, I don't know. I think many situation uh, how to resolve for to resolve, but I don't know. The you need you need choosing the right words. Uh, you need to be clear, calm. Uh, you need to be smart, emotional, smart. In specific this situation, you need to be smart, emotional, smart, and that's it.
And have you ever meet someone that could do that?
Uh, I don't remember. I really don't remember. I, in this situation, I always try to be clear, to use simple words, or to be quiet, because the problem can grow.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to keep quiet when we want to say something, but it's important. Yeah, like you say, the problem can grow, and sometimes it's impossible to go back to that. So, yeah, some hard thing. So, Iago, if you could erase one phrase from everyday language, what would it be, and what would you replace it with?
Sorry. Uh, mm, I don't know. Uh, in my religion, we are in Quaresma, the period of Quaresma, and some words you need to cut off in in our vocabulary, words about bad words. Um, I don't know I know some words, but I don't will set say. I don't will say. But yes, I believe you need to improve your words, your vocabulary, because words is very important in our communication with our relationships, or when you need to teach uh, s- s- uh, another people. Yes, that's it.
Yeah, and I think maybe it's important to take that as everyday behavior, not just in specific moments. Yeah, because there are some people that just say that, just avoid to say that because it's in this moment.
Yeah.
Luis, and for you.
Yes, I'm trying, to be honest, I'm trying to avoid, for instance, bad words when I'm dealing with some stupid situation. I try to blame, with words. So I'm trying to be more calm and more easily with the situations, in the life. So I don't need to talk, oh, you're stupid, So I'm trying to avoid this.
Yeah, this is really necessary. And I think if we say bad things, we attracted that. For me specifically, I remember once I heard someone to say to not repeat, let me see if there is a word for that in English. It's like a disgrace, desgraça, because we will attract the disgrace for our life. And I remember some moment of my life, I don't know, I just keep the habit to say that when something happened. And a lot of bad things happened, and I felt really bad in this moment. So I changed this. I stopped to say that. And I remember that things get better. So every time that I see someone saying, "Oh, disgrace," I say, "Don't choose another word. This one will attract the bad things for you." So yeah, I don't know if you guys already have this kind of experience. So I think our questions ended, but yeah, I will make a question that isn't in our list, but I'm curious about it. And Luis, do you have any habit of words that you say that we want to change this year?
Yes, there's a lot because I do believe in that as well. Because when you are talk, uh, it's not about the words, but how relationship between words. For instance, uh, well, when I am with someone and I start to compare, and just look at the bad side of someone, I'm trying to avoid this, because I am not 100% perfect as well. So sometimes I spend a lot of time to, oh, my neighbor is so loud, or my another neighbor don't know how to park his car, So I'm trying to avoid to blame everyone. I think something related to that, For instance, I don't, whoa, how someone could not see a traffic sign and hit the car, I don't, I have this bad behavior in me, to try to judge everyone every time, So I'm trying to avoid this because you, in the end, you talk some words, and we don't need that, So I'm trying.
Yeah. And for you, Iago, is there some word that you want to stop to say in this year?
Like you said, disgraced. Can you repeat that, please?
Is like
This
disgrace.
disgrace. I want to stop say disgrace in in my daily routine because it's a wrong word and it's not combined with my lifestyle. I don't know. This is a bad word, and I want to stop the. I want stop to say this word.
Yeah, when I stop and I just see good improvements. So, more one question that isn't here in our list, but I want to ask you. Sometimes we are really transparent in something that we want to say. Do you guys, starting with Luis, do you think that when we are really transparent with someone, we are just trying to be transparent, or is an excuse to sometimes being rude with someone?
Yeah, sometimes we are rude when we are transparent, be exactly, because sometimes you need some social approach, depends from the people, no? So I think that someone like to tell, I am so intense, I'm so cruel, I think this someone is just an excuse to be unpolite, and I think it's this, So I am honest with you, I'm 100% transparent with you, but you need to deal with humans, So I do believe that we must be polite every time, not a liar, but polite, So someone related to that.
Yeah, it's true. And for you, Yago, do you think
I
sometimes we are transparent just as an excuse to be rude?
Yeah, I agree with Luis, but sometimes I believe that depends where you are, where you are. For example, in business or professional places, I believe that you need to be transparent. Uh, I know that sometimes you parecer rude or unpolite, but unpolite not, but rude. But in social events, social place, I believe that you need to be clear and polite. Polite is like a obligation, okay? It is not a for me is a obligation for all of them. Pa- Para todos nós, polite is beautiful.
Yeah, it's true. I always try to be polite and I get angry if someone isn't polite in back with me. For example, if I go to a store and I say good morning and the person don't say good morning back to me, I I keep myself really angry because of that. Because for me, it's really normal to be polite in every situation. So yeah, it's hard. So guys, let me see. I think we have time for more one question. So I'm seeing here some ideas. Mhm. Okay, okay, this one is really, really great. Uh, Luis, is honesty without empathy actually just cruelty? For example, when we are honest with someone, we say something being honest, but without being empathic with this person. Are we being cruel with this person?
Sometimes, yes. I think empathy is very important. I mean, my personal point of view, because sometimes we can tell something very hard and not to try to be on the other side. So I think it's hard, but you need to try to think in the other side of the question. No, yes,
Yeah, and sometimes we can pass through really shamed situations. For example, we are rude with someone trying to be honest without empathy, and then the person say, "Oh, someone of my family died yesterday, and because of that, I'm acting like that." So, yeah,
yes.
sometimes we face some shamed situations because of that. So it's hard. Uh, And for you, Iago, do you think if we are honest without empathy, you can be cruel?
Good question. I believe that sometimes you need to be honest. Uh, to be polite is about this because be transparent all the time is for me is a problem because you se parece rude and person with bad feelings and is not so good in social places, in professional places too. You need to be polite. Polite is beautiful. It is like a aristocracy. So, but that's it.
Yeah, pretty good. Thank you. So, guys, I think we don't have time for more one question. I want to say thank you, Iago and Luis, for coming today. It was a difficult subject, but I like it so much. I hope you had like it too. And yeah, please come to another Rosalia immersions. Her subjects are really great, and she will be back next week. So yeah, see you guys and have a nice end of this week.